Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video out at the range today with heavy metal. The whole purpose of today's video is I'm doing some testing, some group testing with this stuff. I'll show you an up close here in a second of exactly what I'm doing, but this is my 6.5 by 300 Weatherby. Again, I'll show you that here in a second. Some of y'all might be saying, cool. Some of y'all might be saying, never heard of it. What in the world is it? So I'll show you here in a second, but this is a Weatherby cartridge. This is my Weatherby Vanguard High Country 26-inch barrel. The name of the game, 6.5 by 300. Fastest production 6.5 to my knowledge. That's what I read in the books. For example, the book on these 127 Barnes is 3,352 feet per second. So that's about roughly 600 feet per second faster than the 6.5 Creedmoor, give or take, maybe 500, but you see what I'm saying. On the end, I got my Silencer Central Banish Backcountry can. It's a lightweight can, 30 cal can. And yeah, whole purpose of today's video is to see how this Vanguard likes these lightweight 127 Barnes LRX. And we're gonna go back to 100, go slow, and group test it, let it cool and all that stuff. But let me show you this rig up close, then we're gonna get right to flinging them. Whole purpose of testing this ammo so I can put together a bunch of data on this rig. But like I said, this is a Weatherby Vanguard High Country in 6.5 by 300 Weatherby. I've got an Arkin on top. Arkin makes some sweet scopes that don't cost a bunch of money. And this is what I'm using today. 6.5 to 300 Weatherby, 127 grain Barnes LRX. And the box is calling for $33.50. I've never used this company before, but the box says that it's all hand loaded. So we'll see how good it groups out of this Vanguard. I got high hopes for this. Out of this 6.5 by 300, I really want to use a lightweight 6.5 projectile like the LRX, but let's go back to 100 and see what happens. All right, here we go, back at 100. We'll do two groups. I have a cooler barrel and a warmer barrel group, and then I'm gonna let it cool and come back and do it again, but here we go. Do two groups with this thing with the 127 grainers. We need more zoomies. All the zooms on this one is 24. Good squeeze there. Looks like these are gonna hit high. That ejected good. Good squeeze there. Ooh, I'm liking what I'm seeing. So every time I do a video and this happens, somebody always says, that was garbage, it didn't hit the bullseye. Well, for this, I'm not concerned about bullseye, I'm concerned about the groups. It's sighted in with something else, so chances are it's not going to hit bullseye. But looks like it's grouping very well. I was hoping it would, like these 127s. Good squeeze there. Oh man, kicked it out a little bit. That's still going to be a 0.8, maybe 0.9 inch group. Well, let's send three more. The second one will be our warm barrel group here. And those first two really gave me some high hopes for these loaded 127s. Now, the whole goal of this is to do all this testing, come up with a bunch of data on this Vanguard, and then make some loads of my own. Group number two, top right target. Good squeeze. Good squeeze there, and that's probably going to be roughly the same size group. So we'll let this cool and we'll come back and do the same thing. All right, here we go, back at it. Let it cool. That's tight. Barrel's cool. Load three up, and let's do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. just inside an inch group, I'm gonna guess. And that hit close to the bottom one. Interesting. Well, let's go send one over the chronograph and then we'll measure the groups quick. Vanguard doesn't love this loading all that much. All right, the box says 33.52 for these 127 Barnes. Let's see what the chronograph says. I bet we beat that. 33.52. Turn down the zoomies. $33.78, and I'll show y'all just in case you don't believe me. This is from loaded by a company named Choice Ammunition. I have no idea who they are, but when I bought that 6.5x300 Weatherby Vanguard, it came with this that the guy sold with it. 33.78 feet per second. And I might as well show you this box up close again. That's what we're flinging here. So not grouping as good as I'd like it to though. All right, so here's the groups I got out of this. Again, that's that 127 grain. Cool barrel got a 0.88. Warm barrel 0.91. Then cool barrel again 0.77. How does that compare to the first cool barrel? Better. And then it's just in a circle instead of in a diagonal. Then the last warm barrel, something funky happening there, two pretty close and then one way off. Chances are I jumped the trigger or something on that one. So not terrible, but nothing to jump up and dance around and be too excited about. Good enough to take it there probably to a couple hundred yards, but not the precision that I'm looking for yet. All right, so there you have it. There's those 127s from that Choice Ammunition company. Spending some real time with this Weatherby Vanguard in 6.5x300, seeking precision. I'm looking for precision. I really like to get those under half-inch groups with everything that I got. Even all the way down to the cheapest Bulot slinger. I've proven time and time again, if you find the right load, just about anything out there these days will do a good group at 100 yards. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Man, the sun just came out, didn't it? It's bright. It's just bright everywhere. Don't worry about it. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hooty hoo!